Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the USS Robinson. Its mission to seek out strange new worlds, but none as strangers as, of course, new lives and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Admiral's Personal Log, Stardate 63247.85. The USS Robinson is en route to Earth. I must commend this fine crew. They have performed admirably under very challenging circumstances. Well, most of them have. A few crew members are tense and on edge, and they can all be found on the bridge. For this reason, I've arranged for Counselor Tdow to meet with our senior officers. Perhaps he will be able to help them recover their professionalism and camaraderie.
This is stupid. Completely stupid. Stupid is the only word I can use to describe how stupid this stupid counselling idea is.
Are you trying to tell us that you think this counselling session is stupid?
Don't you get smart with me, you little... I'm your commanding officer. I'm her commanding officer. No, I am.
Do you see what I have to put up with, Counselor?
Indeed I do. Everyone, let's take a deep breath. Relax. Now, I want you to remember two things. First, your feelings are valid. Second, this is a safe space. I repeat, this is a safe space.
Then what is he doing here?
He has to go.
Thank you, Crewman Cuddles. We'll talk more about your relationship with your mother tomorrow. Now, let's try an exercise. I'd like each of you to identify one feeling that you're experiencing now.
Okay, I'll start. I'm exhausted with riding herd over such a squabbling bunch of officers who should know better.
That's valid.
Pissed! I was abandoned by my crew, hid from the Borg for months, was assimilated, found out I was replaced by her, and...
Go on.
I mean, nobody even remembered that today is my half birthday.
Muzzle! And valid. Captain Naomi.
I have to say that I feel let down. I thought I'd landed the perfect assignment on a kick-ass ship leading an amazing crew, and now I might lose it all because of him.
I see. That's very valid. Commander Zoe, you've been quiet.
I'm a Vulcan. I don't do emotions. But if I did, I'd have every reason to be frustrated. I studied hard. I came out top of my year. I'm an accomplished scientist. And yet, I end up having to serve with these...
Let me guess. That's valid?
Indeed. I've listened carefully to what you've shared here today, and I think I have an important insight.
In fact,
This insight is so simple, yet so profound that you'll weep at the harmony of it. And it's obvious.
in fact,
The answer has been
Staring us in the face. For those of you who have faces.
the whole
time.
Well then, what is this important insight?
I believe that...
Wow.
Came here for this.
Typical.
Excellent. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Welcome everyone to a new episode of A Question of Trek. We hope we hope you have a good time tonight. as it's been 2 weeks since our last episode. But yeah, tonight's going to be another wonderful episode. Today we are quizzing on Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. So let's see who's with us here today. We have with us Jay Aldrich and Patrick Furlong on the panel. Thank you for coming in. We also have in the chats, James MC says, hey everyone, awesome. We got, who else have we got here? Games Hammer.
That was me.
That was you. We've got Aravic Sondor says, oh, why is that working? Gerald True question. Gerald True to you, Aravic Sondor. John DeMarco, greetings all. Greetings to you, John DeMarco. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kaplan, all 200 Federation credits for 8 minutes late. Well, we're not 8 minutes late. We were on time, I think. Krista Duke says, hi, hello, Krista Duke. Thomas Potts says, Naomi's too scared to play Jet Nerdy on John DeMarco channel on Saturday. Well, I'm not online most of the time anyway, only on pretty much on Sundays. I've even died down my time on Twitter now, but that's because I'm busy. Mike Souza says, hello, fellow checkers. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello there in YouTube land. Hello, not Ryan Johnson. Who else is with us? Space Chicken. He says, hey up, lads and lasses. I'm in the tub with a glass of Kentucky bourbon. Oh, cool.
You're in a tub of Kentucky bourbon? My goodness.
With a glass of Kentucky bourbon. Oh, dear. Who else? We've got the Random Menace. Always good to see the Random Menace. Greetings from the future. Greetings to you. Good to see you. Who else? I think that's pretty much everyone we've covered. Yeah, so that's everyone. Okay, well, again, welcome to the show. Now we're going to get to round one. But before we do that, actually, let's have a look at the scoreboard and check out our team names. Forgot about the scoreboard.
How could you do that?
I know.
Don't do that. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we've got two teams, the Obers and the Pon Far Enough. Okay. The Obers is Zerika Robinson and Commander Patrick Furlong, and the Pon Far Enough is T. Dowd and Jay. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. I think they deserve a point for that name. That's good.
Well, actually, that's the thing about this movie. Actually, I thought it was a little weird that this teenage boy ends up pon-farring with the, yeah.
Remember, it's not a rehash of Spock's brain either.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Spock's mind here, Spock's body there. Put them together. It's Spock's brain.
Yes.
Brain. What is brain?
Yeah.
But Spock still has his brain in this one.
Yes, but his mind, his consciousness was somewhere else. Obviously, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Oh,
again, I will confess I've never seen Spock's
wow.
brain.
Anyway, moving on. Let's progress.
Let me ask you.
Yes. So round one consists of 10 questions. Each question is worth 1 point if answered correctly. If a team cannot provide an answer, they have the option of using shields, which then will allow the opposite team to answer the question. If the opposite team cannot answer the question or provide a wrong answer, the point will go to the team to whom the question was originally posed. So, without the way, let's bring up the first question. Who's going first today? I think, T. Dowd, you're going first this week.
That's a really easy first question. That's not fair.
What is yes for 100?
Okay, so the Pon Far Enough will go first.
This is Jet Nerdy.
I love Jet Nerdy.
Which actor provides narration at the end of the flashback scene at the beginning of the movie?
Which actor provides a narration at the end of the flashback at the beginning of the movie?
That's quite clear.
Clear as mud.
It spins me right around.
Round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right
Space,
round,
the final
round,
frontier.
round.
I want to say Spock.
Are we sure that wasn't
But I
you?
remember there being a lady as well. So, darn it. I should have paid attention. I did watch it this morning, actually, whilst I was folding. Oh, I've got another laundry in the... I gotta go.
Okay. If you answer the question or send it over to us, then we'll slow down to give you time to get it out of the washing basket if you want.
No, it's in the dryer, but I think it needs another 20 minutes on low. What do you reckon, Jay?
Spock.
I think so too.
Well, which actor?
You want to read which actor?
Are we sure
which
it wasn't
actor?
you?
Oh, well, Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard what?
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard
Well,
Nimoy. All right, let's have a look at the answer then.
In the French way.
Gorilla's Random Thought says Ron Jeremy. Mike Souza says Bill Mayer.
What about Zachary Quinto?
Oh, I don't think we need to bring that set of Star Trek characters into this.
I think he did quite well.
Again, was he even born when Search for Spock was made?
I hope so, because I was, and if he's younger than me, I'm going to cry.
Leonard Nimoy. Well done. That's 1 point to the pond far enough.
Well, we're on the board.
Yeah. And next question is for the O-berths. Who replaced Kirstie Alley as Savik?
Robin Curtis.
Yep.
This is like IMBD or whatever.
Let's have a look at the answer.
No, he's right. It's Robin Curtis.
You are correct. It was Robin Curtis.
And
to be honest, I liked her version of Savik more than Kirstie Alley, to be honest.
I didn't because of the underlying plot line that didn't get resolved then. She's meant to have emotion. She's meant to hide it, but actually have emotion because that gives her the emotional reason to side with the guys, with the Klingons in Star Trek 6. And if you purge the emotion, it just means that there's a weird character. Which is why they ended up having to change the character in Star Trek 6 to a different Vulcan.
That was because Leonard Nimoy suggested Robin Curtis do it that way.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong decision.
And unfortunately, in the Next Generation.
Apparently, she was supposed to be part Romulan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never put it in the movie.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Shame that.
I think it was in the novelization though.
They did film it, but they cut it out.
But that's 1 point for the for the O-berths. So moving to the next question for Pond Far Enough. By what factor does Scotty multiply his repair schedule to maintain his reputation as a miracle worker?
4.
Are you sure?
Are you sure it's not 7?
Yeah.
7 is my number.
7 is correct.
4.
Okay, let's have a look.
Thank you, James MC.
Let's have a look.
Quattro.
4. You are correct. Well done. Of course, Gorilla's Random Thoughts comes up with 69. Of course, he would say 69, wouldn't he?
Well, if it isn't GRT, it's going to be Gordon. So whoever one beats them to the punch.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, that's great. But that's another point then for Pond Far Enough. Now 2 points. Next question is for the O-berths. Let's check it out. What was the name of the Klingon woman who gave the Genesis data to Cruz?
Cindy Lou Who.
I just watched this earlier on and I knew her name then. Oh, what is it?
I couldn't even remember she was in it so fleetingly.
Yeah.
He mentions her name when he answers the call.
Well,
Oh,
she
sorry.
mentions she mentions her own name as well.
Someone says something.
Brittany, I think.
Sorry,
My
you're gonna
lord,
end up getting
it's
the
me.
sound of my little space heater, space cooler here, because I am burning up in this room. I've been in here for 2 days working on that cartoon.
That cartoon was so wonderful, Zoe. Thank you for your
Yeah.
Herculean efforts to bring it to fruition like that.
Thank you for giving me an interesting script to draw. That was good.
It was fun. And I had to write a wow. I had to write a wow. Wow.
What was her name?
Of course you
It's like,
did.
it's not
So
Bird
what says
of
Bird
Prey.
at 005. Gurus Random Thought says bend over. No, not bend over.
What's her name?
He does dirty movies.
It's like Belar or Dhruv or something like that.
Romanda Vorta.
I know similar to the Vulcan we see in number 6.
Joe DeMarco says she will be remembered with honor, but maybe not with her name.
Who said that? That's so clever.
That's good. That's good, John.
John DeMarco is a beautiful mind as well as a beautiful person.
He does.
I think it's something like Belar.
Valchris.
Sorry?
Valchris.
Valchris.
Pronchris?
VALK, but I can't spell the rest. So,
Well, okay, we can try that. So it doesn't sound like a really Klingon
I watched
name.
it this
though.
afternoon as well.
That sounds Romulan, Vulcan. But okay, we'll go with Valchris.
Are you sure that's your final answer?
No, because I don't know it.
I don't do names.
Yeah, I just don't do names. I'm terrible at names, but I'll go with what Patrick said.
Okay, let's have a look at the answer.
Well done.
There we go.
You got it.
I was hoping they were going to raise Shields.
Same here. Same
Of
here.
course, I wasn't going to raise Shields. I know who's on that team.
Yeah.
Good point.
Jay, you don't want to go.
Okay, next question is for Pond Far Enough. What did the production staff call Cruise's pet?
How the hell?
Oh.
Jeffrey Cuddle Trousers.
Amelia.
It wasn't. I don't recall that being in the script. Maybe it was Crewman Cuddles.
Crewman Cuddles.
No, I definitely say Amelia because when I first got her, she wouldn't have been out of place as a Klingon pet.
I don't know, Jay. I wouldn't know. I don't know these kinds of trivia things that aren't actually in the movie. My subscription to Starlog is long since defunct.
You could always raise Shields.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the answer to this one.
Well,
how about you, Zoe? Do you know the answer to this
You don't
one?
say that.
Do I look like I know the answer to anything?
I don't know. Shields just never work out. So, what would Snoopy, Spot? I don't know. I just have a feeling that Zoe knows this. That's my. And
well, before I'll say to Jeff, to be honest, had we left the original question and the original answer, to be honest, I think most people would have said the same thing that I did. But yeah,
I just
it's
protest
not
the
accurate,
question
though.
itself.
I know they credited it as Monster Dog, but later on in TNG they called it a Targ. So why don't we go with Monster Dog since that's the way they credited it?
I mean, This wasn't. It wasn't in the script. It wasn't in the film. So that's all I can go on.
All right. Well, you are correct. Let's have a look at your answer. A monster dog. See, I actually said Targ because that same animal appeared in Next Generations, where No Man's Gone Before, where they went
It wasn't the same.
It was the same animal.
They looked different. No, it wasn't.
But as I said, everyone else would have called it a Targ. Maybe it's a particular breed of Targ. I'm sure there are different breeds of
the
Targ.
crew called it
A Targ is more like a boar and not a dog.
If I'm not mistaken, the first time I ever heard the word Targ was Martok calling his pet a Targ to Cisco. I don't think Worf ever said that animal that they were in that stupid space where they were seeing things.
Yeah, he called it. I'm pretty sure he called it a Targ.
I'm pretty sure he did call it a Targ.
Yeah.
I'm not
and Tashi
sure
said, "What's like a Klingon pussycat?" Yeah.
First time I heard
Yes,
that thing
yes, Mr. T.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. So I watched the film, and there was a lot of Klingon talking. And was it dubbed? I mean, not dubbed, but what do you call it? Subtitled. Because people are saying, "Oh, in the chats I'm reading, oh, they were boyfriend and girlfriend, Krug and Prawn
It was his woman
and all that sort of stuff." And then he said something about he pointed to the dog and to the guy. Were those subtitled, or are people just going on context?
No, the
Klingon was subtitled, but most of it was.
In my version, it wasn't. The Vulcan, no. A lot of the foreign talking wasn't, or the alien talking foreign talking.
Did you accidentally turn subtitles off? They should automatically be on for
no, funnily enough, well, I sourced it through a different way, but no, the English was subtitled, but none of the very little of it. Very little of it.
He just told the officer to feed him.
I was just so glad when they switched over to English.
I was watching the DVD and it automatically just put the subtitles on for those bits.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
most
of
it
next
is.
question for the O-Births. If Scotty's grandmother had wheels, what would it be?
A wagon.
That was a great line.
Aye, and if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a wagon.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's have a look then. You are correct. It was a wagon.
Better than calling her the town bicycle.
Oh yeah. The next question's for Pom Far Enough. Let's have a look at that. How old was the Enterprise said to be in the movie?
In the movie, they said 20 years old. But there was somewhere else where they added it up later that it was over 40 years old because of Captain Robert April. But Admiral Morrow told Kirk, the Enterprise is 20 years old. We feel her day is over.
Yeah, same. But yeah, you are correct. 20 years old.
16309.
Next one's for the O-Births. Oh my god.
Go on, then let's stop it to me, baby.
To which ship was Scotty reassigned as captain of engineering?
The Excelsior. Excelsior.
Are you sure? You don't want to raise shields?
No, I don't want to raise the bloody shields. It's the Excelsior.
Okay.
The only other ship they really mention.
There were only 3 ships in the whole show.
Yeah, he wasn't
That's
going
not
to
quite
the
true.
Earth.
Actually, there are 4 ships, but never mind.
That was after he had to
Oh,
take
well.
his nephew's body back
Oh,
to
actually, no,
Scotland.
there was 5 because that little freighter got exploded, and then
Yeah.
the
And he-
green mean one.
And he
The
had to
green
report to Excelsior
one?
after he took his nephew's body back to Scotland.
Yeah,
Yep.
the baddies.
Although, let's face it, they could just
Yeah.
stick it in a tube and drop it out the side of the transport on his way. They were in Earth orbit.
Next question's for Pom Far Enough. What did Dr. McCoy say was illogical to order in a bar?
Poison.
Poison, yeah.
Are you sure?
Fairly.
Expect someone
You
to
sure it's not
order
back to
poison in a
Gino?
bar is illogical.
All right. Let's have a look then. Poison. You are correct.
I think you need to make these questions harder.
Unfortunately, Search for Spock, it's not really something. There's not a lot of stuff where you can make it hard. Like, for instance, last week, Rafa Khan, we had some brain teasers where, this one, there's not really much to the Search for Spock. It's
Not just that, it's hard to make it make hard questions on a film that has a very rigid plot where A to B to C, because the entire film is there for one particular purpose.
However, the Voyage Home, which I watched tonight, which I watched earlier, lots of stuff in there. A few hard questions already for next week. So
please tell me you haven't asked what the credit card number that they paid for the pizzas with is, or something like that.
I wasn't supposed to ask that. Okay, but anyway, next question is: have you already given points to Pom Far Enough? Oh, sorry, the Oberths. No, wrong. Yeah, Pom Far Enough. Didn't they get 5 points? Yeah. The last question.
For you to bring it back up.
The last question is for the Oberths.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
What new invention did the Excelsior have?
Seatbelts.
Warp drive.
Seatbelts.
Non-clogging chicken soup dispensers.
Little monkey running the wheels to make it go.
Reverse ratcheting something or other.
Stem bolts?
No, it was the transwarp drive.
In which Scotty sabotaged and held the Federation back for
about 10 minutes until they worked out what had happened. They're pretty smart cookies.
Well, no, they never got the transwarp drive working again, did they?
Not
But
even
did
Voyager.
they?
The
TNG
It really was
warp
never.
is different.
Yeah,
It
but
was
wonder if
really
the
never
transwarp
stated.
drive-
Well, the
Borg use transwarp drive, don't they?
Yeah.
No, the Borg don't.
it's not.
The Borg use transwarp conduits.
Yeah, but was the Borg's transwarp the same as Starfleet's?
I think transwarp is just a generic term meaning faster than warp speed.
Yeah. Other side of warp. Transwarp. That's all we can tell from it, that they're called transwarp.
Okay. Well, all right. But anyway, so at the end of that round, the Oberth and the Pom Far Enough both have 5 points. So now I'm going to go into round 2. Round 2 consists of 6 questions. Each question requires 2 answers. If answered correctly, they get then 2 points. If a team can provide 1 answer or no answer, the question will be posed to the other team. Okay.
And sorry,
So,
Thomas Potts suggests that Laura Loaded has claimed that it's a fact that transwarp isn't mentioned in the movie. I have watched it earlier today. I can confirm it is mentioned in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of times. 3 times.
But he is famous for saying that it was never stated in dialogue. It was only on a computer screen.
Scotty says it.
Sulu actually says he's supposed to have
transwarp drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
yes, not Scotty Sulu. Yes.
Yeah. And Scotty says, "Here you go, Doctor. From one surgeon to another, I took them out of Excelsior's main transwarp drive, computer drive."
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so first question of round 2 goes to the Pom Far Enough. Who were originally planned to be the antagonists in the movie, and why were they replaced?
What?
Romulans and the reason why they were replaced.
Um,
Are you sure it wasn't the Kardashians?
It was definitely not the Kardashians.
Yes. When they get too big, they split into two Kardashians.
They may have been replaced by the script being changed, being Klingons.
Well, most of the
But
Kardashians.
why was the
That
script
has
changed?
a definite ring of truth about it.
Mm.
I don't know. I thought these questions should be about things that appear in the script. Oh, I forgot to do my little buttons.
While we're debating on whether things should appear in the script or not, if you call 0900 1701 Trek Chat, then you too can debate whether the Kardashians were going to be the original enemies in Star Trek 3. That's 0900 1701 Trek Chat. Call now.
Operators are standing by.
Busy signal. Why am I getting a busy signal?
You're not meant to be phoning it while you're on the show.
We only just have the one operator. Okay, why were they replaced? They're too similar to Vulcans. They were on holiday.
They ran out of ear budget.
Or maybe they didn't think Christopher Lloyd could play one. They don't have fun pets like monster dogs. I don't know. There's no way I would know this. So Jay, it's
thinking
squarely in your hands.
I'm thinking
because I don't know this.
I would think Jay would know this.
It has something to do with you, Jay. Think in your past. Admiral Brains just gave us a little clue, I think.
No, I'm just saying. I would think Jay would know this. No particular reason other than he knows a lot.
He does do. Wow. I can't do it.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
I lack the resonance, I guess.
Extreme close up.
Naomi's having too much fun.
I am.
Well, maybe they didn't have enough ears because they'd already had a number of Vulcan people.
So they made Klingon ridges instead?
Well, you need a lot of ears for Vulcans. You need a left ear, a right ear, and a final
frontier.
I would have thought Romulan ears would have been cheaper than Klingon.
I know that in the script they were going to say that the Romulans were going to be mining the planet, and they thought that would be too much on the budget. But I don't think that was the actual thing. I just
hold on.
remember. I just remember in the DVD bonus that the script was just changed from Romulan to Klingon. But
I wasn't going to do it really, Zoe. This is
why.
us. This is just us.
I know. I was just playing along and joking.
Well, we got one part of the question right. So
yeah, okay. So if we have to have maybe they were considered to be too similar to Vulcans or something. Let's just go with that. Unless you've got a way to articulate that mining thing.
Yeah.
So what are your answers?
Romulans, and they were too similar to Vulcans or something. People might be able to tell them apart.
Okay, we got half of it right.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to bring over to the other team, to the Obers, who were originally. So, why were the Romulans replaced as the antagonists of the movie?
I believe that the production team or the marketing team decided that Klingons were the more marketable of the aliens, and they needed a proper draw for the film.
Close enough. I think.
Yeah.
So popular.
Yeah, I agree. That is close enough.
Yeah.
Causal viewers? What's a causal viewer?
Casual.
It should be
Oh.
casual.
Causal
Misspelling.
viewers are the ones that count for ratings purposes.
Yeah, they make it happen.
So 1.8. That's pretty good. All right, well done. Next question is for the Oberths. Let's give them their question.
So Zoe, per your contract, you have to get one of these wrong.
To which mountain on Vulcan did the Enterprise crew travel, and what was the ritual performed? What was the ritual performed?
The ritual is Faltopan, and I believe the mountain starts with an S, but I can't remember the rest of it because I saw the film 3 hours ago, and apparently that's too long.
and it has a name.
Mount Siskel or something like that.
Mount
What do you think,
Cisco.
Patrick? Siskel.
Oh,
What do you
it's a
think,
Cisco.
Patrick?
In the Ebert mountain range. That's for our
good,
American
Mr. T.
friends.
That's very good,
That
Mr.
is
T.
a good
I
one.
like that.
I know Siskel and Ebert, yes.
Oh, do you?
Didn't they get blown up in a film one time? And one of them was really happy about it because it was funny. I don't think Patrick's... unless he's in his mind palace.
Yeah. Mind Palace.
Space Chicken says the ritual is the stag, and it was Blackfall. Yes. In this ritual of the stag, I shall be acting like a stag. Ooh, ooh. Men Behaving Badly was a great comedy show in the 90s.
Oh, I can't think of the name of the mountain.
I'm going to go with Mount Siskel. I'm pretty sure it's not that now that you're all laughing at me, but we'll go with it. And the ritual is Faltopan.
Isn't Faltopan what you say for everything Klingon? And it's come,
Yes.
it's come to pass.
Okay.
At some point, I'll be correct.
And today was the day.
Well, you've answered half the question.
Shall we pick up the other half?
Yes.
Mount Salea.
I knew it began with an S.
Although I love how McCoy mispronounces everything. Like he
Salea.
Mount Salea.
Mount Salea.
It's obvious they don't do table reads or something. They just make up their own pronunciations.
You are correct.
Oh,
Mount Slayer and the Faltopan.
Enterprise is just out of control in reverse again.
Well, you should have seen the answer that I received.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, that's not even autocorrect anymore. That's just complete replacement.
The answer I got was the Kate's ritual.
Oh yeah.
What?
I don't know how that happened.
That
Don't
takes
ask me
place
how that went
Kate's
from
ritual.
Faltopan to Kate's ritual, but all right.
at the top of Mount Saltine.
My mate
Well, she did get the right
before we
mountain
started.
Oh, good. Okay.
Although I
Anyway.
think it was misspelled, but
Anyway, but all right. After that, both teams have 7 points and neck on neck. So the next question is for Pon Far Enough.
That's a commanding tie.
What was the name of the science vessel in charge of exploring the Genesis planet, and what subspace coded channel did they use?
I know these. Okay.
Go for it.
16309.
The Grit. Now available on iTunes. The Grissom and 98.8 or 98.9. 98.8.
98.1
98.8 because we have a radio station like that.
Okay. Well, that's how we get your answers.
98.8. The Trek.
USS Grissom and 98.8. You are correct.
I remember that because I was like, that communication officer didn't have a name.
Wow. Okay, cool. And next question then is for the Oberths.
And that was one of my questions too. Now I have to think of another.
What ritual must every Vulcan male go through every 7th year of their adult life, and who helped Spock with this ritual on the Genesis planet?
Oh, dear.
Bonfire and Sabek.
Yep, they have to go through the Ponfar.
And it's a hard
apparently,
life.
it was really, really important that we saw that on screen.
Yep.
The four finger Ponfar.
Yeah. Just don't ask where those fingers go.
Naomi, you naughty girl.
What?
Remember when
Asking
that
where the
Vulcan
fingers
on Voyager made Banana go through it and she had to mate with Paris on the alien planet? They find later find the poor corpse.
Yeah,
Did they answer both parts of the question?
they did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So I
hear.
said Bonfire and Sabek.
Patrick did, yeah. He was quick out of the gate.
That's a really good rendering of the Doomsday Machine there.
I thought so.
Still the
Was it
best of the original series episodes.
Is it a cigar?
Without question.
You can keep your city on the edge of forever. Give me the Doomsday Machine any day. It's a great episode.
And Mirror Mirror. I love
Indeed.
Mirror. That was
Mirror
definitely one of my
Mirror's good
favorites.
too.
US.
Yeah.
All right. So, next question is now for Ponfar enough.
Springtime? What on earth is that question?
What class of ship was the USS Grissom, and what class of ship destroyed it?
Oh, criminy.
We all know that was a Galaxy
A
class.
birth class and a
yeah.
Klingon bird of prey.
Are you sure it wasn't a Gala class destroyer?
I believe it was a fodder class, as in cannon fodder,
Oh, bird.
and it exploded because it accidentally tripped over a small lump in the ground.
Oh,
Wow.
bird.
I like how both of the team names were answers to questions.
Well, there's only so much you could do with this bloody film, isn't there?
I rather liked what I hadn't seen it in decades, and so it was so it was nice to sort of
It's a great
rewatch.
film.
It's
And
an
it was
underrated
relatively-
film.
Well, and it was well paced. Like it went very quickly.
Yeah, I'll grant anyone that it's not as bad as people say. It gets a lot of stick for not being as good as the ones that are before and after it, but it's not a bad film. Its problem is it's the middle one of three.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. Well, it's better than the
It's
first.
because of Siskel and Ebert kept on saying that the even number films are better than the odd number.
Yeah,
They
but
are.
people like it.
They're not
Generally
wrong.
speaking, that is true.
Well, 5 was great.
Even for the
5 is
next
definitely
generation.
underrated.
I mean, it's like Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I know a lot of people will think about it, but the odd numbered seasons were better than the even numbered ones. Bizarrely.
No,
What?
season 2 with Pike
What?
and season 4 when they're in the future was good.
That's what I mean. They were sorry.
Well,
right.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well,
Zoe, but they were better, which isn't much.
I'm
saying
sorry,
much.
but there are some great episodes in season 4. That build up
Yeah.
to the finale where they actually try to communicate with an alien by learning how to speak to an alien. That was perfect. That was a proper.
Vidal
What I want to
couldn't
see
take
That
from
was
Star
the
Trek.
best part of that
He had to
season.
leave.
You can
Yeah.
send me to the brig if you want, but I like Discovery.
You're
No,
out.
Jay, I knew there was an argument
Not really.
coming, so I needed to take my pork chop out of the fridge.
Off
Anyway.
to Q's penalty box for you, Patrick.
Anyway, do we have an answer for this? Yeah.
Well done, Jay.
Well done.
You're welcome, Captain.
What was it you just said to me, Admiral?
Off to Q's penalty box with you.
Ooh, not
Oh,
too
we should add that in there, shouldn't we?
Did somebody
Oh,
do
that's
something
one
wrong?
to talk.
Q's
I
penalty box
wouldn't
is already
mind
in here. It's
going
on
to the
warning at
penalty
the
box
start.
with Tasha.
That would be an awesome thing. A penalty box. Yeah.
No,
Anyway, well, not
No.
today, but in the future.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I can talk rating specs.
I think one more question. I think is left for the Obus.
go on then.
Indeed.
Well done, John. You have a very diplomatic mind.
What unit of measure did the Klingons use for distance, and what ability did the bird of prey have?
Yeah, the bird of prey could cloak.
What unit did the Klingons?
What unit of measure did the Klingons use for distance?
I know this, and so does Jay.
Damn it! All I'm thinking now is Rels, and that's Daleks for time.
Mm.
Oh,
16309. Available on iTunes.
oh, come
Let me guess. That's valid.
Well done. You guys were so good in that. You read them exactly as I kind of heard it in my brain.
Mm.
I love those cartoons.
And Cuddles was a masterpiece. Crewman Cuddles, I should say.
on. Crewman Cuddles was a fun one to draw. He's
What
actually
kind of creature
mostly
was
symmetrical.
he?
Sorry.
What kind of creature was Cuddles?
If you've ever seen She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, the original one from the 80s, there was a guy in that. What was he
Hordak?
called? No, the one with the 4 legs.
With the
Oh.
legs.
Oh, and with the antennae?
Mantenna. That was
Mantenna.
his name, Mantenna.
Oh,
He
okay.
was based on him.
I voiced the alien.
You did.
Cuddles.
So many of you put in a voice for the alien, and I just went, I'm sorry, I've got to have that one. It just sounds perfect.
I
thought
couldn't
it did.
understand what he said. Did he just growl or something?
He said, I
believe
should go.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have an answer?
No.
Anyone know how his cloaking?
Yeah, the ability of the blood, the blood, blah 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 blah, the blah 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 blah.
I'll help you with your mind, guys. The bird of prey is cloaked. The Enterprise has come into the solar system of the Genesis planet, and they're tracking it on the sensors. And they say Federation ship is far away.
That doesn't. I don't remember.
She's really trying to help.
She really is. She's really on your side, Zoe.
The ability is the cloaking device, and it's something like.
It's okay if you don't know it.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't beat yourself up.
One point each is great.
Yeah, that's
only
fair.
I think we're going to have to push you for an answer here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give it to the team. What I loved about this, though, is that when this unit of measure was then repeated by other Klingons later on in both TNG and DS9.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We were witnessing the birth of canon.
Yeah, because it's a standard. They use standardized Klingon. So that's why I'm trying to go through the Klingon phrase book.
Although
it's not coming to me. It's all I can think is like Buch Tujol, and that's set course for. So
you got half the question, which was cloaking device.
Yeah.
All right, then over to the Ponfire enough. What unit of measure did you use?
One of the least Klingon sounding. You don't even have to produce any phlegm whatsoever. It's something you can do without spitting, and it's fun fact roughly equal to 2 kilometers, which are Canadian. Well, we use them here. I know you use.
It's metric.
Europe
It's French,
well.
actually.
Yeah, they're actually French.
Système international.
It was Napoleon who came up with the metric system, wasn't it?
Of course, the Klingons use something that's equivalent to something that was made by a smelly, cheese-loving person. They smell too. Them's fighting us, but it's
but
okay.
They don't smell of cheese; they smell of lilac.
But anyway, so look at the point.
It's required. As an English person, I am required to make fun of the French.
True. The French.
Well, you know what? When I met Marina Sirtis, she made this joke that she said, The best thing about Star Trek was that all the French people had English accents. So she was keeping the side up.
Absolutely. It's a requirement. They got all the good weather and we take the piss. That's how it works.
At the end of round 2, the Oberths have 10 points, but Pomfarnoff are in the lead with 12. So now we're going to go into round 3. Round 3 is where we show an image, a distorted image of a Star Trek character, and the teams have to try and guess who they are. Okay, so the first one will be for Pomfarnoff. Let's show them their image. Who is this?
I'm just waiting for it to come through on me mobile. Is that Styles, do you reckon? Or maybe Esteban? I don't know. Styles has less hair.
Everyone can tell it's Uhura. Come on.
Cheeky.
She was awesome in this film.
She really was. I thought
she got something to do.
Yes.
When that guy says,
although she did it and then said, "I'll meet you later," and then doesn't show up to the end of the film.
When that guy says to her, what was it? When he says, "Well, yeah, it might be fine for you. Your career's winding down, but me, I want some picture."
The look she gave was I'll look after Mr. Adventure over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Jay? Do you think
Fun fact. They was going to make this the guy that was in the Styles in the TOS Balance of Terror. Oh. But when the script came, the name was spelled different. So they just said, no, it'll be someone else.
Huh. Wow.
That fact was fun.
Right. But he was supposed to have been. He
would have been played a lot differently.
Well,
anyway,
he kind of had it out for Kirk just like that one did.
That is true, yeah.
So, Jay, do you have any thoughts about who this fellow is as depicted in this fine photograph?
Captain Styles.
Mikey, please don't mention the actor's name.
I believe it's Ennio Morricone.
It wouldn't help me anyway.
He was played by the actor in Doogie Howser, his father.
I've never ever seen Doogie Howser.
Still a well-kept secret for me.
I don't know his name, his real name, but the character is Styles, Captain Styles.
Okay. All right. Is that your last answer?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's have a look then.
I'm going by the head shape.
Captain Styles. You are correct.
Well done.
Wasn't it Neil Patrick Harris?
That was Doogie Howser.
So whom did he play in that show you were talking about?
He played Doogie Howser's father.
Yep.
So why wait him being such a huge...
All right. Well done. Now the next one's for the Oberths.
Good luck, you two.
Who is this?
One of the Klingons.
This is easy.
His tanning regime is on point.
This is easy.
My biggest issue is I can't be sure which Klingon it is. I'm going to say it's Krug, or Cruz, or however you want to call it, but I'm not entirely certain.
Why would you call him Krug with an E? Because an E softens the G to a Kruj. In English, anyway. I don't know about Klingon E's. Isn't Krug a kind of champagne?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to go with Krug or Kruge, however you want to pronounce it.
Let's go on a pleasure cruise.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
I
how
would-
it would be spelled in Klingon.
I would take the time
And,
and confer with your teammate.
Patrick, who is it?
I would have thought Maltz, but I'll go along with Cupboard Monkey.
Which one do you think it is?
I would have thought Maltz.
Mulch. I don't know the names of any of the
That
others.
might be a better guess, actually, because I wasn't convinced it was Kruge. I was only going with that because he was the head Klingon. But
The
I
only
think
one I can- the only name,
There
other
were
name I
three
can think of
Klingons names.
is Maltz.
Really?
I'll go with that
Yeah.
because I have a feeling that Naughty Nene is actually throwing us a curveball.
But she did have the decency to tell you to rethink your answer when you went with Cruise.
Yeah.
True. I'm going to say
Unless that was a fake out. You never can
You
tell.
never can tell.
Because I know my memory's bad, but I don't recall any other Klingons being named.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any of his crew being named.
I'll go with that one then, Mulch, or whatever it was.
Mulch.
Mulch.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, well, the second Klingon, the one that Patrick said.
Okay. Let's have a look at your answer.
Malt.
Maltz.
Maltz. Schmaltz.
I was
Chicken
thinking the
breast.
same thing. We are so alike.
It's like we share one brain.
Well, must be
Tomorrow's a
difficult to
holiday
move around.
here, so you can have it, Zoe, for tomorrow.
Well done. The O-bursts upon far enough. So at the end of that, the O-bursts at the end of round 3, the O-bursts have 13 points, and the upon far enough have 15. And now this is where we go to round 4, where each team member gets to pose a question to the other team, and if the other team get it right, they get the point. If they get it wrong, the team who posed the question gets the point.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Because,
Is that true, Mikey? I didn't know that.
I haven't actually
is true.
got any
Yeah, it is.
questions.
What did Mikey say?
Schmaltz.
John
John
Larroquette.
Larroquette. Yeah.
What did he
Rest
say?
in peace. He died, didn't he,
Night
John
Court
Larroquette?
fame. No, he hasn't died.
John Larroquette? He's dead.
No,
he's not.
there's a new
No,
night.
John
because he's-
Larroquette is not dead.
He's playing Dan Fielding on a new version
Sure.
of Night Court.
Who am I
Yeah.
thinking of then?
Night Court is
You're thinking of Harry
That's the
Anderson.
show that's the show he's famous for.
yeah, and the judges,
The
the new
original one.
judges, the girl, one of the girls from Big Bang Theory, Bernadette,
Okay.
using her regular voice instead of her shrill
Yeah.
other voice, based
She's
on her mom.
playing Judge Harold T. Stone's daughter.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that. I've not seen the show. I don't get
I haven't
cable.
either.
I only saw the first pilot on Peacock. That's the only one.
I love
they
the
let you
original
see.
series.
Yes.
Original series.
Well,
was
Brent Spiner
hilarious.
got his launch there, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was his first role, but yes.
Well, but it
Space-
certainly was
Space Chicken has a question. If you're doing all the movies, I want to do the Kelvin timeline movies too. So far, no, but we might do, depending how far we get through the season. We still have, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies plus the animated series to do. So yeah,
Actually,
we'll see how we
7.
get. 7.
4 through 10. That's 7. 7 films.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Bugger.
Oh, I forgot one. Yeah. Okay.
And who's doing the first question?
Yeah, who is doing the first question?
Yeah.
Well, the first question.
Falls to us.
The first question would be from Tom Far Enough then.
Jay, would you like to go first? Beauty before age.
In the script of Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, What was the name of the lounge where Kirk asks Admiral Morrow for the Enterprise
Wow.
back to get back the Enterprise?
Oh,
I would think Zoe, being a video game watcher, would be good would know this because video game watchers look in the background in ways that I don't.
Patrick
Or
may
video
know.
game players.
He knows a lot.
isn't it? I
Patrick's
believe
just
it's
got a
something like
good
level
memory.
511 or something like that.
I'm thinking.
Or is that the level on Star?
I'll
Starbase?
give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's a very easy answer. No thinking about it.
You've given us a
Really
lot to think about. I'm
Don't
glad I
have to
don't.
overthink it.
Can you repeat the question?
What was the name of the lounge in the script? In the script of Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, what did they call the lounge where Kirk asked Admiral Morrow to get back the Enterprise to go get Spock?
It's going to be something simple like Earth Space Dock Lounge, isn't it?
Is it?
You're being very passive aggressive. You give them a hint, then you question them.
I think that's what it is.
Is
I
that
think
your
it's just
final
called Space
answer?
Dock Lounge.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go along with that on that one.
Yeah.
In the script, it has actually there's two answers. And one of them you gave.
Yay!
The other one was Starfleet Officers Lounge.
Fair enough. I'll go with the one that I gave.
The three barrels.
So they get the point.
Yay!
The snake and tiger.
Well done. Okay, next question is from someone from the Obus. But I'd like
Do
to
you have-
pose a question to the Tom far enough.
Oh, I've got
Yep.
one.
But
Hopefully.
they never said it on the movie, but in the script it had both. They couldn't decide which one to say, so they just left it out.
So how do we study for this beyond watching the movie? Do we have to read like Wikipedia or
What you
memory?
do?
No, I got
hot goss?
I got this from a very reliable source.
I don't know any of those.
There.
Well,
I
I've
don't
got,
even have unreliable
Is that
sources.
is that the transcript
No.
site? No.
No, I asked Leonard Nimoy in a video chat years ago.
Well, how can
on
I do
YouTube.
that?
Well,
He was
if
doing
had done
a
with time
question
machine,
answer thing on YouTube.
that is amazing.
Heavens.
And I
Okay.
wanted to know
John
what the lounge was called. And he told me
Wow.
that.
John DeMarco says really hard StarTrekQuestions.com.
Always a good choice. Visit there
Indeed.
now for a
well,
surprise.
I've got
If
one.
you-
I got what's the old saying? I got this from the something mouth. I got it from the
Straight from the horse's mouth.
I got it from the horse's mouth. I got it from the horse's mouth.
I
Nay.
believe I just said that.
Nay.
Oh, I
forsooth.
didn't hear you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway,
I
next
was
question,
playing.
please.
Well, I've got one.
Go on then.
What is the registry number of the Grissom?
question.
Oh, that's a tough one.
NCC
Oh,
Explodium.
that's for us. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, it would be.
It's not 16309. You know what? I knew somebody was going to ask that, but I couldn't see it on my TV screen. It's too small.
Time
Sorry,
to
are
buy
you
a big,
asking
large
for the
television
Sorry,
set.
Patrick, are you asking about the Grissom or the Excelsior?
Grissom. Excelsior is too easy.
Yeah, it is. I even wrote that one down.
We might as well have given you. If I asked you that one, we might as well have just given you the point straight away.
Well, you still
Oh,
can.
The
Give
Excelsior,
me a
of course,
second.
is
No,
3,
it's
4,
the
Give me a
5.
second.
Right?
Give me a second.
It's the registry number for
Um,
Grissom.
it's 3
Okay.
numbers.
You're our only hope.
I want to say NCC-638.
Oh, he got it.
Did you?
Stop that.
Heavens.
Stop that.
That's
He did
that's
get it.
I just do not have a head for numbers like that.
Right.
Except
Well,
for
I'll get
1, 6.
Wikipedia for this one.
Yep.
Wow.
NCC-638.
You don't
Well,
see
what
such
doesn't
short
it?
registry numbers. I once had to use the boss's laptop, and they were our password, not the password. Our ID was the employee number, and mine was like 6 things long, and his was 6. I had to borrow my boss, and his his ID was 6,
Wow.
like a Cylon.
On my last laptop, I used 74656.
Why do I know that one? I believe I saw that in some voyage I was on once.
The way they got that number was someone's office number.
Wow.
That's what I heard. That's a rumor. That's not a fact.
Interesting.
That's a rumor. I belonged to a Star Trek club when I was a teenager, and we talked about all this.
That is cool.
Have we had an answer yet?
Yeah, they got
they
it right.
answered and got it right.
Sorry.
It's good that Naomi's paying such close attention.
I'm sorry.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
right.
What immediately in charge of the scoreboard.
She just listens.
It's up to you,
Big
T-Dot.
Okay. Which beverage ordered by McCoy wasn't his usual poison?
Raptogino. Which one are you watching, Aravic? The new one or the original?
You gave him a real good, easy one.
Well, I'm glad that it wasn't replicated, because when they started talking about poison and stuff in Naomi's question, I thought, oh, bugger, I'm going to lose yet. I gave you, I think, 4 or 5 questions, and a lot of them have been duplicated. So I was lucky I have that one still. Lemsip.
And I actually know the answer of his original beverage. Because he said it at a convention.
I don't know. I'm going for something like whiskey or vodka or something like that, because there was a reference to the. It just feels like it would be a reference in Star Trek Beyond when they find the whiskey.
Flowmeek.
I'm trying to think. I know the barmaid says, "Well, doctor, what would be your usual poison?" But I definitely know it wouldn't be Canar.
That Canar looked disgusting. It was very thick.
It looked like maple syrup in a weird bottle.
It did.
You know that Canar was first syrup. That Damar was drinking.
I'll have Canar with Damar.
Well, he was a fan.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually. Maple syrup is not even that thick. It looked like the kind of maple syrup you get like Aunt Jemima or like the store made ones, not the real stuff you make.
They're not going to use the real stuff.
If
That'll be too
I'm not
expensive, surely.
mistaken,
That
I
stuff's
think they
expensive.
use not corn syrup. I want to say corn syrup. It's something
Well,
else.
Could have been. It could have been because it was very thick.
But it was brown.
There actually been any booze.
I'm going to say it's probably whiskey or bourbon or something like that.
Is that your final answer?
You need to ask them again.
Oh, I have to get back to the.
Because I don't think they got it.
What beverage ordered by Dr. McCoy wasn't his usual poison?
What did he order?
I don't know.
That's okay.
I genuinely.
You got to say it like David Tennant when he stepped out of the TARDIS in the first story.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
I like your
November for the next episode.
It's weird that David Tennant's back as another Doctor. That's just like weird. Although it does fit with what was in the 50th anniversary. It's like, well, in later years, you might find yourself revisiting a few a few faces, but just the old favorites, you know. Here he is.
Just the old favorites.
Gordon.
Have you got an answer, Zoe?
Yeah, I'm going to say bourbon.
Okay, so the answer is because you have to remember he was kind of channeling Spock at the time.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have gone for his usual tipples. So it was Baby Sham. No, it wasn't. It was.
If you'd said that genuinely, I would have believed you because I don't know.
No, it was Altair Water.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is why I love watching things with the subtitles on because I can actually remember. I can remember things visually.
You pick up more with them on. You really do.
I do. I believe it. I watch with subtitles all the time.
I want to, but other people around me don't like them.
Really? It's because personally I can't do it because it distracts from the movie. I'm just reading lines and I can't.
Well, sometimes I have to because of dialects.
I have to because I'm deaf.
Accents, it just really tough to pick up some of them.
Well, DeForest Kelly, he was asked the question at a convention, what was McCoy's usual beverage? Was it rum and ale? And he said no. His usual was Kentucky bourbon.
Of course.
Exactly what he pulled out of his pocket in Star Trek 5. Jack Daniels.
Also, that was
DeForest Kelly. Is he from the South originally? Like, is that his upbringing?
Well, he did say Kentucky bourbon, and then he said, what I just said, the name, Jack Daniels. But
Naomi?
That's whiskey.
Yeah.
Do they lose a point, or does Pun Far gain a point?
I think we lose one, don't we?
Both?
No. Pun Far gains a point. Nobody loses a point.
All right.
Not this week.
Well, let's give him a point.
You're thinking a different week, maybe.
Right.
Well,
and
a few weeks ago, I think the theme that answered incorrectly lost a point, but what do I know?
Yeah, good point. Well, that's because they were asking me the question.
No,
Okay,
actually,
so
no, it wasn't. But
anyway, next.
I believe it's me asking now.
It is.
So, what is the star date on which Admiral Kirk and co. steal the Enterprise?
Ooh.
Did they give a star date on?
Is it 8210.3?
Yes, it bloody is. How did you know?
Wow.
Because the subtitles again, and it's the only date It's the only date that I think was actually mentioned. So
Right at the start of the film. Yeah.
yeah. But for some reason, I thought it had more to do with the Grissom. So I didn't think I was actually correct. Because
Grissom
it was-
had the star date.
Yeah.
Well, there was another star date mentioned, but it was in a recording
Yeah.
Oh,
from the engine
okay.
room.
Yeah.
You should hear the song I have for that one.
All right.
Can't believe you got it. Oh my god. I thought I had you there.
Well, you usually would with numbers, but I'm getting wise. I'm getting wise to you people.
And at the end of round 4, the Ponfar are in the lead with 18 points, and the Obus only have 14. But there's still time to catch up.
Always.
We're only going to round 5, where it's complete the quote. So we have a quote. We'll have a bunch of quotes from the movie, and our teams have to try and fill in the gap.
This movie had tons of great quotes.
The first one will be for the Pond Far Enough. Climb the of Mount Salaya.
Climb the steps of Mount Salaya.
And
Are you sure?
do we want them to also say who said it?
McCoy.
You don't have to, but
Climb the steps, Jim. Climb the steps of Mount Salaya.
Or Celia, as he said it.
Yeah, Salaya. It's steps, and McCoy said it.
you are correct. Climb the steps of Mount Salaya. Dr. Leonard McCoy. Well done.
So it's at 2 points or 5.
2. 5. Why would you get 5?
It's worth asking.
You don't ask, you don't get.
Next one is for the Obus.
Well, maybe you lose if you ask.
Cheers, Mikey. Well, yeah, that's yes. Got to be careful.
To your planet, blank.
I have no clue.
To your planet.
What? Fruits. To your
To your planet, whiskey.
This is a tricky one.
No, this is easy.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I have a horrible feeling it's going to be something like "To your planet, Spock." And it's Kirk to.
No.
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, just can't help yourself.
I'm surprised Patrick doesn't know this one.
Well, I missed the start of the round.
This is a quote. We need to know who's saying the quote and what the end of the quote is.
Yeah, you've got a great memory for what people say. I believe it's called dialogue. To your planet. Sounds like a toast.
It does sound like a toast.
Kapla, bird of prey.
Kapla, bird of prey, how you doing?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Right, guys, to your planet.
To your planet, Doctor. There's Cruise talking
Doctor
to
who?
Talking to David. To your planet, Doctor.
I'll give you a hint. How can be death with ears like those?
Well, the The only thing I can think
Oh,
is Kirk saying it to Ambassador Sarek.
How can you be deaf for the? Oh, it's Dr. McCoy talking to the. No, it's the weird alien guy talking to
Yeah.
Dr. McCoy. To your planet's Genesis. But is it?
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Close, but incorrect.
It's the Mutara Nebula that they want to go to, and they need permits to get there. And McCoy says, "How can you need permits for an illegal act?" Then they get interrupted by security.
So before that,
Single planet permits required.
Do we get the answer?
Oh yeah, yes. To your planet, permits required.
That's your answer.
is that your final answer?
shouldn't there be more blanks
No.
if it's more than one word?
To your planet, passage restricted. Because
I'm
they're not
afraid
allowed. They're not allowed to go there.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. I'm sorry.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Can we show the correct answer?
Easy. To your planet, welcome.
That's how he
To your
introduced
planet,
himself.
Welcome. Dr. McCoy says, I believe that's
Oh,
mine.
yeah. That was a strange introduction, wasn't it?
I'm very
I
sorry.
think my version was better.
Oh, take it a point.
He was a
I think he was
backwards
trying
person.
to do sort of a Yoda vibe with his...
I did get I did get who was speaking right though.
Yeah, got the
Yes,
alien part
and,
right.
and you got the point for that.
Yay!
Next
We're not-
quote
We're
is
not losing it by as much.
for Pon Far Enough.
Hey, you silly girl.
You blank bastard. You killed my son.
You Klingon bastard. you
Klingon
cute
bastard. You killed my son.
And he said it like 3 times, too.
Klingon bastard.
I mean, he only knew his
Seriously?
son. He only knew his son for like 6 months. So, that is that emotional that, But anyway.
Seriously, we get that, and they get that. This is.
I thought yours was easy.
This is
I
rigged.
thought
I
yours was
really
easy
thought
as
yours
well.
was easy.
This is rigged.
Yours
I
was
thought
easy.
I think all of these are easy.
Really? Oh, my
easy.
goodness.
In
This
the
is
quote
definitely-
section.
It's all rigged.
To your planet, welcome.
That was easy.
Anyway, let's have a look at the answer. You Klingon bastard. You killed my son. Well done.
Yeah, it was a bit OTT for somebody who only just met.
And the final one is for the O-Bursts. Let's check it out. What you had to do, what you always do, turn blank into a fighting chance to live.
Turn defeat into a fighting chance to live.
No, it's turned death into a fighting chance to live, and it's Dr. McCoy.
Go on then. We'll go with that.
It was a good line, I thought.
I just, Zoe, I tell you, you give me heart attacks sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the answer.
You know it.
My God,
But you
Paul.
have to turn death into
What
a
have I
fighting
done?
chance to live.
Dude,
Well done. So at the end of round 5, the Pon Far Enough are well in the lead with 22 points. And unfortunately, the O-Bursts only have 17 points. But
oh, oh, that was,
I love that.
that was a
Wonderful.
master stroke.
I
Absolutely
wonder what
brilliant.
he's going to do.
That's absolutely fantastic.
An
Oh, that was
amazing
brilliant.
animation
I
finished
love
by
that.
another amazing animation.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I had something better planned. Just didn't
Oh,
get a chance
you
to
can't-
finish it.
You
That's
can't
right.
But that
top
was
that.
perfect.
That was amazing.
I'll use it another time.
That was excellent. I like that.
Very good.
Anyway, so thank you all for coming. We hope you all had a good time this evening. And please don't forget to hit the like. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do. And please don't forget to share it with all your friends on the interwebs. Without the way,
Question. Quick question.
What?
How is it that a thermos can keep things both hot and cold? No, that's not it. My question is, didn't anyone else think it was very convenient that Spock only aged just to where he needed to be for the actor to play him?
Well, no, he aged for as long as he was on the planet. Once he was off the planet, and he stopped aging.
But it was weirdly coincidental that they managed to do that just as he reached the exact age where he died.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Well, actually, there's no verification on that. There's no verification that he was roughly the same age as when he died. He could have been a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger.
That's a good point, because they are very long-lived, aren't they? I withdraw that, but I'm still curious about the thermos.
Well, what if you keep hot things hot and cold things cold? Hot things hot and cold things cold, but not at the same time.
I disagree that thermoses can do that, because I put 2 cups of coffee and an ice cream in mine, and they all just went to weird.
Anyway,
they were trying to make the beverage equivalent of a McDLT.
Anyway, I'm going to say, thank you guys for everyone coming, and we'll see you all next week. Live long and prosper.
Bye-bye.
Great fun.
Bye.
Joe Untrue.